I got sent home early yesterday. I got sent home early today by the same person. I'm telling you, she's a bully. This shit isn't funny. She needs to understand that just because she's a mother and got children doesn't mean that she can come in this store, disrespecting people, talking to them like everybody's beneath her. She has no respect.
Hello, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. I am Geneva. This is Geneva in General. And I wanted to make this video, regarding the whole Afeni Muhammad situation, the girl who, I can't say certain words, of course, because YouTube be tripping these days. She had poked up, you know what I mean, her McDonald's manager, 39-year-old, I believe her name was Jennifer Harris, but she went by Jamia. I think it's Jamia. That's how they pronounced it. I'm about to do this video before my Rowley's order gets here, okay? I feel like such a big back, but today is Sunday. It is my cheat day, okay? To be real, I don't work out on Sundays. I get to have a cheat meal or sometimes meals. My mom had brung us some ribs from this place, macaroni and cheese and chicken. I just had some chicken back, and I'm still hungry, so I just ordered me a little Rowley's cheeseburger with some fries. Now, please allow me to preface this video. I am in no way, shape, or form condoning. First of all, I'm not condoning, taking people up out of here because they hurt your feelings, even if they bullied you, okay? Unless somebody is a physical threat, they're going to bring you or someone you love great bodily harm. We can't just be taking people's lives, okay? Specifically lives we ain't give, okay? Obviously, I'm not saying like parents should have carte blanche on taking their kids up out of here. But y'all know what I mean. This is all over the freaking news. Now, you got a 26-year-old young black woman by the name that she's now going under the name of Afeni Muhammad, okay? They claim that she has changed her name and moved states because apparently I did some digging and it came to the news that she did this before. She poked up a coworker at Taco Bell in North Carolina. So now she just took away this woman. She deleted this woman off the face of the earth. She was a single mother of 6 kids, guys. Jennifer Harris had 6 children that depended on her. She was working at this McDonald's for 15 years in Detroit, Michigan. And now Afeni Muhammad, thankfully, she is in custody, police custody, and she is being held on a $25 million bond. Some fast facts. So it says this incident, I don't want to say the S word, right? It happened shortly before 8 a.m. on Thursday, July 10th at the 17921 9 Mile Road in East Point. It says the suspect, Afeni Muhammad, had got the knife from her vehicle. It says that she admitted to the detectives that she had intended to delete Miss Harris. She told authorities that after she was sent home, she drove to a park before deciding to go back to the McDonald's and assault Harris with the knife that she had inside of her vehicle. The knife was allegedly a kitchen knife longer than 3 inches, according to authorities. So she returned to that McDonald's location wearing a mask, and she allegedly poked up her manager as many as 15 times. It's all over her body. This is so disturbing. It says customer stops employee from fleeing. A man that was there patronizing that McDonald's, he had that thing on him, and he put up a warning shot in the air to stop Miss Muhammad from assaulting her boss, Jennifer Harris. Now, it's a lot of videos circulating, specifically on TikTok, okay? People have jumped to her Instagram, Afeni Muhammad's Instagram, that is, and, she got over 12,000 followers, right? She had 500 followers before this incident, and people are trying to set this woman up to be some sort of a martyr, if you will, saying she deserves justice, she was being bullied, etc. It's only so much people can take before they snap, and I do understand that to a degree. But it's like this woman obviously, guys, clearly has mental health issues. Again, I'm not a psychology expert, but just looking at her eyes, again, it's in the eyes, Chico. It's in somebody's eyes. She was dead in the eyes. If you just go on TikTok and type in her name, Afeni Muhammad, she posted so many videos. She posted videos right prior to deleting her freaking manager at that McDonald's, okay? She was this is what she claims about her boss. She said, she's a bully. She keeps sending me home. She knows I have things to take care of. This woman, she would be in McDonald's making TikTok videos and filming music videos with the Chucky filter. She seemed like she was obsessed with Chucky. She was obsessed with horror films. It was one video of her screaming at a man that was knocking on her door trying to talk to her, and she said, "Get away from me, I don't want to have intimacy with you, I told you to stay away from me." They said that she was in a DV situation where she was addicted to alcohol. This young woman was troubled, okay? But I want to bring to this situation another light, another angle that a lot of people just seem to not understand. Yes, you have people saying that she is a martyr, Miss Muhammad, when she did what she did to Miss Jennifer Harris. But what people are not understanding is that people don't seem to understand social cues. You know what I'm saying? The fact that, again, I ain't gonna lie, I believe her. I believe Muhammad's testimony. Again, I'm not saying that she is right at all what she did. This is not a righteous deletion, if you know what I'm saying. But when she was in them videos explaining how, this woman has been bullying me, she's talking about, she said she bragged about pulling a weapon that pew pew on one of her children, on her kids. And she'd be like, I'll do, like, she'd be like, trying to intimidate them with these stories of her assaults and how she had to break down a door. And yeah, I pulled out that thing on my kids, and trying to be like, like she just this top dog. And it's like, that's unprofessional. Even if it is a McDonald's, I don't care. You're not about to be up in here bragging to me about how you assaulted your children and pulled a weapon on them. Like, what is this? What's interesting to me is that you have individuals such as Miss Jennifer Harris. Again, like, she is no longer with us. But it's like the fact that you working at this McDonald's, you're 39 years old, working at this McDonald's for 15 years, trying to raise 6 children on your own. Again, she was a single mother of 6 kids. And you mean to tell me you would antagonize a woman such as Miss Muhammad? Guys, I don't know Miss Muhammad from a can of paint. Maybe it's just like a discernment within me. I like to think of myself as being very self-aware. It's like I pick up on little things that maybe other people around me just don't know, or they don't notice, they don't pick up on. I pick up very quickly when it comes to social cues. Listen to me, okay? I have the gift of fear, okay? That's a real book. I can look people in the eyes, and I can tell when people are crazy, and like people who you should not mess with, you should not push them but so far. And it's like, to me, what's really interesting to me is that Miss Jennifer Harris, she's no longer with us. It's like you couldn't tell when you was bragging about pulling out a weapon on your kids and this, that, and the third. When you was trying to boss her around, possibly allegedly bully this young woman, you couldn't tell that she was off. Like, have you ever had a conversation with just like one of your coworkers? Never mind your friends, your family, your siblings, your cousins, your aunts, your uncles, your grandparents, a good friend of yours. You know them people day in and day out. You know people are mentally on your family. You know, like, uncle such and such, auntie such and such, you heard stories about them. You know that something is off with them. You know that their chemical balance is not right. You know that they could be very homicidal, possibly self-sidal. So it's like, that they are crazy. You know how to go about speaking with them, dealing with them. You know their temperament. But it's like when you have that with your family members and people that you know, you need to have that with people that, you just work with. Workplace violence is on the rise, guys. This is like a case that, again, it's very sad. It saddens me what it took place the way that it did in the conclusion of this case. But it brings attention to a huge issue in our current day society, specifically here in America, when you work at these 8, 10, 12, 14 plus hour shifts, day in and day out, just trying to make ends meet. People do not go to work to be disrespected. People do not go to work to be bullied. People do not go to work to be chastised, belittled, talked down to, and judged. They go to work to provide for themselves and their families. And it's like when you are pretty much trapped, and a lot of people's like, oh, she could have quit that McDonald's, worked at the Wendy's up the street, the Taco Bell. I understand that, and yes, like, in theory she could, even though today, right now, the job market is cooked. Okay, this is not just, that was like, this is just like, a low wage thing. No, it is not. I'm in the military. I have seen it and I have been through this. Fortune 500 companies. You have people who are in positions of authority and power. They got such and such title. They feel like they can talk to people however they want to. They can do things to you to sabotage you in your career. She was sabotaging this young woman. If what Miss Muhammad says is true, the allegations that were put in place, okay, towards Miss Harris, saying that, she was, sending me home early. She said that I would try to come to that job on my off days trying to make up lost time, okay, because people got bills to pay. Hello, like, rent is like $1,500. That's like the national average. $1,700 for a 1-bedroom. Just craziness. People don't play about their money. I really wish this was a different outcome. But again, like, people just like, we living in some strange times. Dare I say, I'm not even religious. We living in the last days. Men will be lovers of themselves. It'll be father against son, mother against daughter, people against each other, people going against their families. People are doing serious bodily harms to their co-workers at these jobs, regardless of freaking titles. People don't care that you're the manager, you're the assistant manager, you're the CEO of such and such. When you talk to people like they are just beneath you, like they could be one of your kids, like they your family members, etc., etc., that is psychological damage. It's actually crazy to me how we have not criminalized bullying. How is bullying not a crime? If I have proof and evidence that this person is sabotaging me, they are bullying me, harassing me due to my race, sex, gender, genetic disorder, my work ethic. I'm not talking about being lazy, but like just, it's some bosses that, like, if you make a mistake, they will try to berate you in front of company. They will talk down to you, yell at you, shout at you, threaten you, just curse you out in front of large groups of people, even customers. Ridiculous, unprofessional, and just totally disrespectful and uncalled for. And it's like, you are seeing, again, like a rise in violence in the workplace. And it's like, we have to have a conversation about what are we going to do about people who are bullying people. Okay, you got people who will try to like bully you and like try to, like, I don't like micromanaging. To me, that's a form of bullying. When people try to micromanage you, They breathing down your neck. Every move you make, every turn you take. I don't like that. You got people on the job who are the same rank. Okay, I'm in the military, same rank. They have the same title. They have the same wage. They've been working there the same amount of time as that you have been working there, and they will still try to micromanage you, bully you, tell you like you need to be doing this. You ain't doing this right, and woo woo woo. Like no, first of all, we on the same wage. How dare you try to tell me about anything, trying to micromanage me? People just put too much stock into these jobs. They feel like it's a way for them to control people. Perhaps maybe they were bullied in high school and they feel like this is their outlet. This is their way to, get back at people, etc., etc. And it's like, no, y'all keep on messing around. You're going to F around and find out. And unfortunately, again, I'm not saying that it's right. It's not right at all that this woman has lost her life. She has 6 kids. It is very saddening and infuriating to me that it went this way. It went so left that it took, a toll of violence. But at the same time, like again, this just brings about a discussion that needs to be had. People are sick and tired of being treated less than human at these jobs. I honestly don't even want to work. Like honestly, I'm about to graduate college this fall. And I've been looking at, federal positions. I'm trying to find a federal job, but all this mess that's going on with our current administration, who knows if there's going to be a job for me. But I really want to work overseas because, like, they have a better work culture, work-life balance. I want to go to Turkey. I'll go to Spain, Italy, Belgium. I'll go anywhere overseas. Dubai. Okay, I got some ex-military friends from my first base at Eglin. They living it up in Dubai. I'm like, put me on. I don't want to be like, I don't want this to be like a huge rant, like anti-American rant. Okay, because I do love my country, but I don't like a lot of the BS that be going on in America. And right now, it's a lot of BS going on in America. Like it's a lot of BS going on at these jobs, and I refuse to tolerate it. And I will be moving as soon as possible. I really want to be out the country, okay? This is, again, like it's been like an exodus. A lot of black women, like a lot of groups that I'm involved in, like a lot of them have, given tips and, being an expat and living abroad. And they talk about how the work-life balance is so much more just gentle, okay? It's much more like it's a balance, okay? Whereas when you come to America to work in the States, it's the work environments just be so toxic. They're harsh, they're disrespectful, and then there's no balance. They want to work you 1,000 hours per week. They want to work you half to death, and you still coming up short on the rent. Like absolutely not. I refuse. Sorry for the rant, guys, but I was thinking about this because so many people are like trying to bring attention to this issue, but they say like Miss Jennifer deserved it, and they say like Afeni Muhammad is a martyr, and it's like I disagree. Nobody deserves to be put down like that, unless like you trying to do great bodily harm. Okay, to me it's the time to heal. It's the time to what, but only if it's somebody is like really threatening you or somebody that you love. Again, if you're going through it at your job, I understand. I've been there, but like either like confront that person one-on-one, pull them to the side respectfully. I'm like, hey, you need to like watch that tone. Don't be asking me where I'm about to go, or you about to go to the bathroom again. I don't like that. Don't ask me when I'm coming back from break. Quit micromanaging me. No, I'm not letting you read my emails. Absolutely not. You need to either take it up with that person and confront them like an adult. Go to the higher upper management. Quit. Put in your applications, your resume on Indeed.com. Again, I understand that the job market is cooked right now, but these are some tips I'm just trying to suggest to you all who are going through it at these jobs. Because again, I literally cringe at the thought of me having to work corporate again. Just working a job for anybody again. I'm literally about to be an entrepreneur because I just can't work with people. People get on my nerves. Again, rest in peace to Miss Harris. Afeni Muhammad is on a $25 million bond. She's not getting out of jail. She's probably going to have to do a life sentence, if not a couple of life sentences. And that good for her. She deserves it. But at the same time, guys, what we can learn from this, the moral of the story is stop playing in people's faces and stop playing with people's money.